Let's hear it.
My advice is that usually I kind of see this with friends or just even on TikTok. There's a lot of girls complaining about like, oh, my man does this, my man does that, like negative things that their man does, you know? And I think that the problem is that we're choosing men. And I feel like if we just stop giving men, I feel like they're gonna change their ways, maybe, possibly, because I feel like men, I don't know, for pussy, I feel like they'll do it. They will do anything for pussy. And I feel like if we stop sleeping with men and stop doing casual hookups and stuff, I feel like it'll kind of put men in their place, maybe, if we don't hook up with them and without being like, oh yeah, I'll hook up with you, but like no relationship, you know? Because then it's just giving them an excuse to be shitty men. You know what I'm saying?
So you're saying that men are just shitty by default?
No, I think that
that's exactly what you just said.
No, I'm saying that
that's literally exactly what you just said.
We enable a lot of shitty behavior. We kind of like almost excuse a lot of shitty behavior. I feel like as women we do that a lot, and I feel like I don't know if we're gonna talk about this like right now, but like hookup culture.
Sure, we can talk about hookup culture.
Okay, I was just gonna say that. The
The
reason why I did partake in hookup culture and I didn't gain anything from it, okay? And I know, well, maybe some girls are gaining something like sexual pleasure, and that's okay. Do whatever you want. But for the most part, if you're engaging in hookup culture to find a man or a boyfriend, you're not gonna find one. Because when you're hooking up with this guy with no strings attached, you're already giving him everything needed in a relationship without the commitment. So he's gaining stuff there, and you're not gaining anything. You're just giving him pussy, basically.
Wow, that's a interesting view on sex. But so
hookup culture, not just.
So when you have sex with someone, you're not getting anything out of it?
Well, yeah, if I'm doing it for like my own sexual pleasure, then yeah. But am I really going in and being like, wow, I want to date this guy? No, I'm just doing it for sexual pleasure, I guess.
Well, I don't think you're wrong that hookup culture is unfulfilling and a bad thing, but you're saying you should
not hook up with shitty men. That's what I'm saying. If you
I agree with you on that.
If you actually want a relationship, stop hooking up with shitty men. That's what I'm saying. That is the point of it.
Why is it that women are attracted to shitty men?
Because
if you're such a 10, why can't you size up these shitty men and stop dating them?
Because there's a lot of shitty men out there. Honestly, I live in a really small town, and I live at home with my parents. I live in a very, very small hick town. Like, most of the people that I date are people that I've gone to high school with and that I know a lot of stuff about, and like already, and like, I don't know, I don't really want to engage in it anymore, I guess.
As you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's close. So that's kind of like a little iffy. Okay, but
very different.
It is different.
But there isn't any men that, to me, I'd even want to have sex with, because it's not worth it for me. Because what am I gaining? I feel like they're gaining more.
How are they gaining more?
They're getting.
And you're
9 times out of 10, these guys aren't making me finish.
Okay.
So why am I doing it? For their pleasure?
Well, I agree. You shouldn't be having casual hookups. Well, I mean, people are free to do whatever they want, but I don't think it's particularly fulfilling, and the sex is typically not particularly rewarding, as you have admitted. But okay, so
she's your guest, bro. This is all you.
Yeah. Okay, so are you still doing the hookup culture thing, or are you kind of checked out?
No, I've stopped doing that for a while now.
Okay, so you're over it.
Yeah.
Because you're giving the pussy away.
I think those were your words. For me, what was I getting out of it? Nothing really. I was just doing pretty much all the relationship stuff without having a committed relationship. So no, I'm not gonna engage in that anymore. Yeah, I guess there's times where I had like, like a random hookup, but I feel like I've kind of felt like shit after, if I'm being honest, because I'm doing it maybe for my personal reason, maybe to not feel alone that at the time. And it's okay to be alone, and you don't have to find sex to like not feel lonely, It's okay to be by yourself and not engage in hookup culture, because I know a lot of discourse is like, oh, women, or not even women, like men specifically, are always engaging in hookup culture. And then like when a woman engages in hookup culture, it's like, oh, she's a slut, she's this, she's that. But men, they've been doing it forever.
Only a very small percentage of men have access to hookup culture.
Minority of men.
Yeah, very small amount of men.
Unequal amount compared to women.
So
what do you mean?
Most
unequal, as in the number is not the same.
Most men don't have access to hookup culture. An average guy, he can't easily just go and hook up with 3 girls a week.
Because they're ugly?
But let's say he's average. Let's say he's not even ugly. Let's say he's an average looking guy. He can't just hook up with 3 new girls a week. Unless he's bringing like mad game status or has money. But that's an even smaller percentage of men.
That's not average.
That's not average. But speaking just looks, average men do not have access to hookup culture, whereas like 90% of women
99.
have access to hookup culture. Average women can hook up super easy, whereas average men can't. So basically 80% of the women are all chasing after the top 10, top 20% of men.
Yep.
So, yeah.
I agree with you, though. The hookup culture is bad for everybody in general.
Yeah, I think it's bad.
The number one people who suffer the most from hookup culture is women.
I agree with that. I actually do agree with that.
Yeah, that's because it's objectively true.
Cool.
Okay, so you mentioned the double standard.
Yeah, there is a lot of double standards.
There are.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can't disagree on that. There is a lot of double standards.
Yeah, for men and women.
For men and women. Okay.
Like guys on hands make virtually nothing.
Equal
No
pay.
one wants to see that.
That's where's the equality?
There's no equality on OnlyFans.
Right.
It's unfortunate. Equal pay for men on OnlyFans. I think the
It's
women.
based off subscribers.
Oh wait, question on that. Do you think that the women in the WNBA should be paid the same as the men in the NBA?
What is
The
what?
women's NBA.
She doesn't even know what to do.
I don't watch sports. I'm
Okay,
so sorry.
basketball. NBA basketball. Do you
It's
think
the
that
women's organization?
WNBA, the women's NBA?
I don't know. That's a tricky question, because I feel like you're trying to trick me with that. Because then if I say
I'm not
yes,
trying to trick you,
No,
I'm
if I
just-
say yes, women do deserve more, but I feel like it also has to do. I don't know. I don't want to offend anybody, but I feel like it also has to do with
Into the mic, please.
It also has to do with like how many people are watching. Like, are more people watching the woman, or more people watching the men? How much money are they getting based
Okay,
off?
fair.
That's what I
Okay,
think,
fair
I guess.
enough.
It's logical.
Okay, so we were going around the table.
That
It slipped-
worries me, because I'm so sorry to say, but I feel like sometimes when him is saying that he agrees with me, I feel like I'm saying something wrong towards women. You're just very anti-woman, I feel like.
I don't think he's anti.
I'm not anti-women. No, you have a very anti-male stance. I don't know what happened with you, but some man seriously traumatized
What
you.
do you think happened to me?
Something in your family.
Oh,
Like,
Jesus
I have
Christ.
a very
Okay.
wonderful dad.